I hope either Marco got paid for that hit piece, or I hope, trying to pull a wool over his community's eyes was worth it, cause that was some bullshit. I was gonna start about the positive, but I don't know about all that. So here's what we got, right? We're gonna tinker around with this. I'm gonna go in order. Okay, so at the start of the video, Marco, he references the day before game. And my original point was like, hey, don't sell Division 1 short on what it is. Dude. Because that kind of ties into my, like, if you watch, like, some of my vids, it has that vibe, that feel. Unless I'm missing PvP from that game, I don't see, like, nah, man. Because when you go to the 10-minute on IGN gameplay trailer, the comments section is awesome. They're roasting the shit out the game. Marco's gonna gaslight you. Oh, everybody, it was on the wish list. It was a huge game, and then they pulled it for some odd reason. Because when indie developers go over a big engine, you get shit like this. He doesn't care though. He doesn't care that it's running into development issues and it looks like it's pretty fucking shitty of a game or flat or stale. There's just not a lot of depth. He doesn't care. He'll play it and he'll hype it, and then when the community flips on it, he'll bash it in the end. So he doesn't care. Like, what the fuck does he care? He's underselling what good graphics actually add. Like, you can see what good graphics actually add to the game because it turns into glorious videos and stuff that I have on my channel. He just throws out good graphics like it's it's got good graphics, but what does that mean? Oh, I don't know. I just make shitty videos. I don't know. I couldn't. I was gonna do Division content. Game flopped. Couldn't do it no more. I was gonna do Destiny shit. Nobody fucking cares about me. I was gonna do. No, I'm just gonna do hit pieces on game franchises. No, that's great. Well, just don't do Division, please. Just skip over. You want to bash Far Cry? Go ahead. You want to bash Destiny? Go ahead. You want to bash Halo? Sure. You're right about most of this. You want to bash Division? You're not gonna do your half-ass, oh, I got a cursory Google. Damn, man. Look, he says it's an RPG, but it's a lot more than that. That's a lazy take. There's a lot going on in this game. He doesn't care. 7 minutes and 2 seconds. You got the dynamic weather, and technically consumables do add to the tactics. Plus, the cover-based shooter part adds to that. So the weather, we've had moments where you can't see a guy through the fog as you're chasing him, and I was like, oh man, if it wasn't fog, I'd have been able to clip him. You play the lower level game, lower than 30. Consumables are huge. They're game changing. But he doesn't know this, doesn't care, doesn't play, whatever it may be. And then I'm a big fan of the cover-based shooter, but I covered this in a previous little off the top of the head video, so I refer to that. The 8-minute mark. Hey, I play HUDless. You should have asked for a true HUDless mode a long time ago. And also, the option for the compass to be on, like it is in survival, would be fucking awesome. So I could fucking, know the cardinal direction easier, but you don't play HUDless. You're just a fraud. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is something minor. It's like as soon as survival dropped and you saw the compass, like, hey man, that should be an option if you wanted to play HUDless. No, ain't nobody say that shit, I bet. We'll see. I'd like to know that one. Someone Google that one for me. But, this is the dude that had the ear of the devs and everything, but never. Did y'all hear him ask for that? Oh, when they're in the fog, it should take away the shit above their head. When you get EMP'd by the AI, they'll wonk all your shit out, but it can't get no effect like removing the shit above their head. You could do something similar at certain draw distances. There's certain, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure there's certain elements or certain things you can do where you can't see the shit above their head. You have to give me some. I'll have to check that out. These underleveled, goddamn man, these underleveled versus skull enemy clips are just straight bullshit propaganda hit piece bullshit. These exist in every RPG level based game. They had those in Destiny. They had them in here. I don't remember how Borderlands handled it, but it was the same thing. You're 4 or 5 levels under, you got no fucking chance. That's just how these games work, dog. he's using it as like, oh, this is how the game is, man. You walk down the wrong street, you get mowed. Nah, bro. Everything's clearly indicated with levels and shit. You know what you're about to get into. He's just doing this for bullshit reasons, and I don't appreciate some of this shit. Like, some of the stuff he says is fine. Some of it is not. Like, some of it is bullshit. Like, it's just slander. To the division. Each area is clearly marked on the levels and everything. Like, so 8 minutes and 29 seconds. So what? They communicate. Either you want the AI to act like Metal Gear Solid AI, or you want something different. But I'm fine with this. You know, you throw roly-poly, you hit them, they all look at your old position. You could rotate around that position, flank them from behind, they'll all be aggro to the old position, boom. You know, the AI is fine in this game. This is Korg shit. This isn't even like, this is just subjective on how you prefer the AI to act. This isn't even anything like, oh man, this is just another shit take. Very lazy one. And you know, yeah, sometimes the AI runs from you, so it takes a little while. You gotta chase them down to get that last kill. Would you rather them just stand there like a dumbass and just die? Like, it's adding a little layer to the game. Like, what an ass. Some of the huge issues I got, man. This dude this dude's one of them obsessed with the fucking meta types, and I hate those, man. You can use attachments to reduce threat, or more to gain more accuracy, or for more longer range. The point about the 100-meter draw distance, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't have that issue, but I don't fucking look at more than 100 meters. So, I mean, that's just. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I mean, that could be a real issue, sure. But it's up to you if you want more damage, because it is quote unquote an RPG. So if you want more accuracy, or you want more of this, or you want more of that, you can do it. You don't have to just do whatever the meta best in slot. Oh, I gotta run crit on everything. No, you don't. You choose to. And he's conflating the meta with the game, and I hate that shit. 9:15. You got. It's not just an RPG. Get the fuck out of here. The game has changed. None of the shit he's saying is new up to this point in the video. 12-minute mark. That's bullshit. It's an old version of the game. You've got games update and improve. We're 13 minutes in so far, and this is all fucking old news. The current game is much more what I wanted than what he wanted, which I think is very ironic and very funny. Because when I got the game and it came out and everything, I didn't want it because I didn't understand it. I was like, where's the end-game content? Where's the end-game loop? Every week I was comparing it to Destiny, while I should have been comparing it to more atmospheric games. And that was on me. And so now when I come back and I'm like, man, this is sucking me in. And Marco's like, man, I can't kill him with 2 bullets, man. I hate this game. You know, it's different. It's just, I can't snipe him from 200 meters away. Like, hey, man, that's on you. I'd rather do some other shit, but alright. That's my favorite thing. But look, the game is more what I wanted than Marco. And he's the one that was sucking on the. You know, I played plenty of noobs and bad builds who could PvP. This is such a bullshit notion. You know, I played with, you know, shout out to had guys like Main Moo all the way to the dude Legendary, to guys like Paintstone, and there's tons of new blueberries, noobs, whatever you call them in this game. Third waves, fourth wave. I've played with plenty of them. They've been fine. They've done their thing. It hasn't been a huge. They've done better than me because I'm not a huge PvPer in this game. Like, this is such. It's a very big cop out. This isn't true. Maybe on PC where everything's sweatier and tryhardy and your community sucks more. That's on you. But I've had a lot of good experiences with the community on this. More good than bad, but I mean more specifically the people in general. I've met some good people in this game. Like, it felt like how, you know, how games used to feel like a decade ago. Now we're into the big one. So this is what I mean. He throws out the graphics, the AI, throw out survival, and they're like, well, I get bored after running it a couple times a week. And it's like, you know, it depends who you talk to. You hear guys, they keep Division 1 installed to still play survival. I think it was that Buzz Lightyear dude. That was what he said. You know, this is a common thing. People love survival, but, you know, guys like Marco, it just, oh, it's got good graphics. Oh, it's got a good mode. Oh, it's got this. So, I can't crit guys hard enough. Like, what? Who cares, bro? Who cares? My thoughts on the incursions. The first one is still trash. The second one, I'm not sure. The cleaner one. The last one with the shields, and I like every room up until the boss room. Don't really like that western area. I definitely like the little TV area room. Love that area. Like the sitcom room type thing, or the Cheers bar maybe. I think Clear Sky is fine. I don't agree with him. I'm not with the hating on it. You know, his beef with, you know, oh, you got to use your abilities to beat it, and it's like, well, what's wrong with that? I run a gun with Determined and farm enemy, just speed through it. It's bizarre. If the content's too slow or grueling or hard, it's bad. If the content's too unique and niche, bad. It's like, what? How is it bad no matter what they do? Like, I'm not a fan of that logic. I think Clear Sky's fine. I don't have a huge deal with it. 19 minutes and 15 seconds. I said, LOL. Updates, bad. But yeah, the devs and the Ubisoft stopped early. But that's partially to blame on everybody who pre-ordered and bought Division 2. But, we're not going to talk about those people for some odd reason. Wonder why. Hackers and glitches. Like, the game it's at the point where they're not supporting it anymore. They're just keeping the servers up at least. But, they talk about it on the WAN show of them handing over the, I don't remember what it's, source keys, source codes, server keys, whatever it is, handing it over to the community so they could update, run the servers, do shit like that. The Division needs that. I don't want to hear about, oh, we're all some super nerds playing Division. It's like, oh, well then if Ubisoft handed over the keys to the game, would y'all be able to update and fix these issues? Crickets. You're not gonna hear hit Marco talk. Crickets. Like, drop the fucking Tom Clancy name, just make it the Division, give it over to the community and let them cook. But I guess we're not doing this. 22 minutes and 45 seconds. This dude blew his wad on a glitch that's probably still in the game. Thanks, dude. Way to take one for the community. Way to go. What a hero. Almost 23 minutes of what the Division isn't, as opposed to what it is at this very moment. Making this vid 4 times now, like, here's what I'll say. What the game is, and what it was, and what it shall be, is not what he said it is. That could be that's definitely his perspective, I think is probably fair to say. But if we're just looking at the game for what it is not that. It is not what he said. That is bullshit. Like, maybe that's the life cycle of the game for him, but the life cycle of the game for me has more to do with Aaron Keener clip getting stolen by that one YouTuber, all my thoughts on the story there, fucking all the shit I'm doing now. I just say, like, I've been making vids for months now on it. I'm not strapped for ideas. There's tons you could do with this game, and then just to have this dude post this shit out of the fucking blue moon while I'm back here making vids and shit, it's embarrassing. I don't want to hear what the fuck the game's on RPG. Then what the fuck you call, like, my entire series with the chill hop beat? Well, that's a RPG beat. You're role playing as a beat. Like, what the fuck you call that mix? And then, that, like I said, there's a lot in here, and what you get out of it is what you want, and maybe that's the RPG in it. But, the game has a lot to offer. It's got the PvE, the PvP, the Dark Zone, the content throughout it, the HVTs, the missions, the world you can explore, the PvE bosses in the world. There's just, and then the extreme atmosphere in the game already, let alone the real world historical implications of what the tie-in for this story was and is, and what it later resembled 4 years later. None of that gets mentioned because it doesn't matter, because to gamer nerds, the game, what you physically input is all that matters, and not none of the visuals, the audios, the atmosphere. Well, it doesn't matter, it is mumping the wire that's unplugging it. That sucks. But yeah, man, like that's all I could say. Like, you could look at it like that, or you could look at it like as a piece of art, and if you want to look at it just like as a game, as a fucking, like, you go to the Dark Zone, you PvP, I got all my loot, there ain't nothing else to do in the game other than farm bosses, farm mission, farm Lexington, farm, and PvP. That is all the game, and I disagree. You know, I made all those videos not about that shit, not in the slightest. I think the graphics are mega underrated. I think the entire theme for the game is super underrated. It's just these fuckers, you know, you get these guys that come in out of nowhere again. You know, you do probably play the game in 2-3 years, coming back telling everybody who's playing it what the fuck they're playing. As we're like, hey, bro, that game ain't been like that in 4 years, dude. Oh well, I don't care. I'm gonna slander this game. I don't like that. Just as the game was building up a little hype again and all this shit, he comes out of the woodwork to bullshit. But yeah, that's it, man. GG. Peace out. Hey, man. Oh, what do I want to do for Rick Velasquez? Hang on a second. We're going to keep streaming. Watch this. I don't really know what to say about that, but, you know, we ain't even talking about Rick Velasquez and everything either, but that's for another time. That's something else I would like to do. Wouldn't you know it? Alright, peace out. GG. Hey, man. Keep them flare guns up.